like Erica, and then when they say it, they be like Erica. It's like, why y'all throw the extra sauce on the joint? Like, why just can't be Erica? Know what I mean? Like,
he's like, yo, I see you around. What's your name? He's like, my name Ace. Ah, Acito. You know what I'm saying? He's like, what's your name? Oh, my name is Lulu. Oh, what kind of name is that? I don't know. It's my name. Yo,
don't even know that. Why? That's his name. That's his
you don't
name,
even
y'all.
know, but that's his name. You know what I'm saying?
That's his name, y'all. Come on, let's start this off right, y'all. Yeah, yeah, y'all feel it? Yeah, yes, yes, yes. What's good, y'all? What's good, y'all? What's good, y'all? What's great? Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Can the Brothers Get a Rap podcast. I'm your host, Ashley Lovechild. I'm joined by my co-host, my brother from another mother. Blood couldn't make us any closer. One of the best photographers in the world, my brother Santana. Say something to the people.
What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good with y'all? Shout out to y'all every day, all day. We're happy that you're here with us tonight. Y'all could have been anywhere else, but you're here, and you already know we got a great show for y'all, and we about to get right into it. You heard?
Y'all already know, man. Yo, shout out to my bro Biggs in the building. Shout out to some of our day ones that's already in the building. Quick shout outs to Ebony Fire in the building, Culture in the building, Tremont in the building, Winter in the building, and my brother Biggs also in the building. Also, those are our day ones already in the building. So again, thank y'all for tapping in. Y'all are amazing as always. Thank you for the support and the growth of the show. Man, yo, it's about that time, you know what I'm saying? Again, y'all, thank y'all. We just hit a milestone at 10,000 subs for this channel. So again, thank y'all for the support. Continue to tell a friend, like, subscribe, and share. Y'all been going in on the rewatch videos on the comments. Like, I see the comments y'all leaving. Cool, you know what I'm saying? Love the support. Even if your opinion is different from myself or my bros. So, but we just love that love and continue to help with the growth of the show. Thank you. I appreciate you as always. Um, Also, the next milestone, we shooting for 20,000 subscribers for this channel. So again, continue to like, subscribe, and share, and tap into the membership portion of the page. We got dope memberships. People are signing up, and there's different memberships. You get different access. So tap into those membership portions of the page. I feel like I'm missing something. No, let's get started. Let's get started. So without further ado, first segment of the night, popular opinions. This segment is brought to you by OUV Records. Y'all see it right here. The label model is create, document, and inspire. So make sure you go to Instagram at OUV Records and stay in tune to the latest music and merchandise. Let's get it started, y'all. Popular opinions. Y'all know these are not our questions, but these are the world questions. So stick to the answers in the questions, y'all. All right, so let's get it popping. All right, for all my hip hop, because we got a lot of hip hop heads in here. So all my hip hop heads in here. Favorite rap battle on this list. Favorite rap battle on this list. Number one, Loaded Lux versus Calicold. Number two, Jay Mills versus Murder Mook. Number three, Tay Rock versus Ill Will. Number four, Charlie Clips versus Sirius Jones. Again, let us know what y'all think in the chat. Let us know which one is your favorite rap battle on this list.
That's definitely hands down Jay Mills versus Murder Mook, son. Classic smack DVD battle at the corner. You know what I'm saying? And it's just two top tier battle rappers going at it. And this is like 2004. You know what I'm saying? And because the battle was just getting so lit, and people, again, it wasn't in no arena, it wasn't in no closed place, it was in the corner. You know what I'm saying? So after a while, people started crowd getting there, and it got to a point where it's too many people, so it had to disperse, and we couldn't even really get the end of the battle for real. But it was just so much back and forth with that battle. Like, it was just ridiculous. Like, one line, Murder Mook says, he said some shit like 20 niggas in the shower. No, it was 20 niggas in the shower ready to Jay Mills. No, that's for me, hands down. Classic battle. It really put Smack on the map with that one. So I'm going with Jay Mills versus Murder Mook.
Bro, I have to agree with you on this one. I just remember that rap battle so vividly. I remember all these very vividly, but that one in itself hit completely different for me. Like at that time, Jay Mills was on a whole nother level. Like, mind you, at that time, he has just did the real famous battle between him and dude from Philly from making the band, Ines. He
Oh
did
yeah,
the,
Ines, yeah.
and then they showed the unedited version. I don't know how we saw the unedited version, but they showed the regular version, and it like Ines was putting in work, but the unedited version, Jay Mills, Jay Mills was like, yo, bro, you sure you want to continue to do this? I mean, like at this point, it's getting, I'm about to get disrespectful. And that FU verse that he kicked to Ines, and then right after that, he had the big battle with Murder Mook. And that battle right on 125th was just epic. Don't get me wrong, Murder Mook was putting in that work, but Jay Mills, in my opinion, was just on a whole nother, I don't want to say a whole nother level, but he was on another level that it was just like even a line he said, even if I die, I still want to be ahead of you. Like I think I'm messing up. He said, even if I die, you standing on my grave, I'm still gonna be ahead of you. Something like that. But when he said it in the way he said it was just the whole crowd just like everything he said for them first 3 rounds, it was nasty work. So for me, I'm going with Jay Mills Murder Mook. In the chat, I'm seeing a little bit of everything. Well, the girls talking about rap. Well, yeah. Okay. It looks like somebody's gonna have a few tickets to the block party if they keep it up with the weirdness. Like I said, we're here to show love. We're not here to be weird. So if you're here to show love and to comment on what we're talking about, then by all means. But if you're here to be weird and talking crazy, you will get some exclusive tickets to the block party that we got coming up. So I'm just letting that be known. All right, so the rest of the world at 35%, at 35%, went with Tay Rock and Ill Will. What do you think about that?
Tay Rock and Ill Will.
It was
I
a fight
mean,
battle.
compared to the names that the battles that y'all listed, I mean,
Mhm,
I don't know how Tay Rock and Ill Will goes about that, but that's the world's opinion. So you know what I'm saying?
mhm, mhm. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, it was still a dope battle. I mean, I really like the Loaded Lux and Calico battle as well. That Charlie Clips and Sirius Jones had some moments where it was like, yo, let's just keep this rap, dog. You know what I'm saying? So it was fire battle.
Charlie Clips be too jokey for me,
I,
son.
I know he
I
do.
need him to be more serious with the pen work, son. He be too jokey, son.
Yo, but his bars still
But his bars be on, like, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Yeah, his bars be on point though. So
yeah. All right, moving on to our next popular opinion question. Again, these are not our questions; these are the world questions. So stick to the answers in the questions, y'all. All right. Again, Martin edition. Again, we love the Martin editions. Pick your college girlfriend on this list. Martin edition. Martin the TV show. Pick your college girlfriend on this list. Number one, Pam. Number two, Gina. Number three, Shanice. Number four, Nicole. Let us know what y'all think in the chat.
who's Shanice again?
Shanice is cold girl. Not Big Shirley, because everybody remember Big Shirley. And
Nah, Shanice was the I one. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, he was the one, that was the one that he was about to get married to. It was
And then
engaged.
who's Nicole?
Nicole was the joint where Martin was with
Oh, went on the rebound.
on the rebound joint. That's Lark Boy.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying?
damn.
Lark Boy, he says, come on, like
We
you
talking
talk
about college, you know what I'm saying? We talking
college.
about Hillman days, you know what I'm saying?
Come on. Come on. You know what I'm saying? Top tier. Top.
Damn. Mm, college. I'm not gonna lie, son. I'm gonna have to see what Pam about in college, son. I'm not gonna front to you, son. I'm about to see what Pam be about, son, because she was hella right, yo.
She was. She
son.
was.
And
She was.
then college, nah, I gotta see what Pam be about. You know what I'm saying?
She was fine. I mean, Pam had that body yachty though, but her attitude. What Martin always say, your attitude always stink, Pam. So like me.
Probably I catch it before it got real too hot. You know what I'm saying? But I gotta see what's to that. You know what I'm saying?
Well, me personally, I gotta go with the loyalty. I gotta go with loyalty over here. I gotta go with Shanice over here. Shanice wasn't a smart girl, but she was loyal to the soil. You heard? And like, anything, like for real, impressed her. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, word, you got a new spot? Like, oh, that's, oh, yo, I had a couch just like that not too long ago. It looks, you know what I'm saying? Like, it didn't take much to impress her, but she was loyal to the soil. She held Cole down, and she was fine as hell. She was fine as hell. So me, I gotta go with the loyal joint. So again, I went with Shanice. My brother went with Pam. In the chat, I'm seeing 1 and 2. So they went with Gina and Pam. So I'm seeing a little bit of both. The rest of the world at 45% went with Pam. What do you think about that?
They're trying to catch her before the attitude. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying.
Before
they know the attitude wasn't there in college. She was right. You know what I'm saying? Like a spring chicken in college. You heard? It was just after college. We don't know what happened. You know what I'm saying? But if we watched that movie, what was it? School Days, you know what I'm saying? We might have an idea. You know what I'm
saying? Yeah. Gina in School Days, though. You know what I'm saying?
Gina, I'm just saying. Gina was there. Where was Pam at?
I'm saying. But Gina was popping off, though.
That's what I'm saying. So we know what happened in School Days. So I'm trying to catch it before that.
Now I'm saying you're right though. I'm just, you know what I mean. I'm just pointing that out. You know what I'm saying? Like she popped off. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Well, Big Brother Almighty. You know what I'm saying? Popped off, ready to pop off. You know what I'm saying? Open up the can. You know what I mean? All right, y'all. Moving on to our next segment. Hollywood Need to Ask Us. We came up with this segment because Hollywood has given us a whole lot of movies we did not ask for, and it lacks creativity or any interest. You want to start this one off?
All right. So for my Hollywood Need to Ask Us, there was rumblings and goings on about when the movie Terminator and The Matrix came out, that the movies were plagiarized from this book called The Third Eye by Sophia Stewart. And come to find out, there was a court case and it was plagiarized, and she got her credit due. So I feel it's high time to make the movie The Third Eye. You have the book. Why not? Why can't we actually make the movie that from the book she wrote? For real, and not take pieces of it and make the Terminator, and not take pieces of it and make the Matrix. Go to the source material and actually make this movie. I think we have enough cachet, we have enough directors, enough producers, enough writers out here to sit down, and she's still alive. So yeah. I feel as though we definitely need to see this movie, series, whatever have you. Dissect this book and let's get some material out of this book. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'll be fired. Now, would you want to see a movie that combines both Matrix and Terminator in the same universe, or do you want to see something that's completely different? Because there's different things that you could take from that book, The Third Eye.
Now, I want the book. I want the book. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Go by the book. You know what I'm saying? Pick up the page. Read the book. You know what I'm saying? Let's go by the book. Let's not take nothing away. Like, nah, let's go by the book and give Shorty her executive producer, you know what I'm saying, situation where she's on set telling motherfuckers what to do. And make sure that shit come out right. And let's get the top 10 actors, directors. Let's just make it happen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That'll be fire. I like that idea. I also have a show in mind too, was series. And I think they didn't do it properly. Like the first movie was fire, but the rest of the movies was just pure ass. But I think they have a chance because of the era that we in, that people don't really recognize this particular work that I'm about to name, that they could reprise it and make it into a series, because the time period that they had, which I believe was like in the 50s or the 60s, they could age that thing like fine wine, where they could take it through the different decades. They could grow with the characters. I want to see a series based on the movie Sandlots.
Mm.
So that first Sandlots was a classic movie, and the nostalgia of that movie, like, it's so crazy. We wasn't born in the era that they was talking about, but based on the movie, it made you feel like you was there with the Chuck Taylors and running from the big dog and playing
Mm-hmm.
your homies and all that stuff. Like, so it's so easy because of the amount of characters and the character development they had in that particular movie that it could just grow legs. It could follow their family and follow their kids, and it would just keep going on and on. So I would love to see a Sandlot series. It could stay in the current. It could stay in the current age because kids at that time was outside. Even when we was kids, we was outside, so we found adventure outside. So I would love to see a Sandlot series. What do you think about that?
No, I think that'd be fire because Sunlight was definitely coming of age type of movie, and it was definitely some we saw ourselves in because we was outside, we was with our mans and them and shit, running the block, you know what I'm saying, doing all types of mischievous acts during the summertime. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
it made sense for us. So I would love to see that too. So they could definitely follow them into junior high and high school, and that thing will be fire. You know what I'm saying? That shit will be lit. And then y'all could go back on your nostalgia, join the 60s, and then y'all could put some period pieces about baseball and how lit baseball was and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So I
yeah.
think that shit would be nice, son. That should be dope. And y'all got the money to do it. So just let's make it happen. You know what I'm saying?
And
Cut
money
that check.
and money in Hollywood just come out of thin air. So y'all got the money, y'all got the budget. Let's get it done. I think that would be fire. They did reprise one of my favorite shows of all time, and I'm not feeling it. They reprised Matlock,
Mm.
but instead of bringing Matlock back, they made it a woman, and then she opens up a joke saying like, "Yeah, Matlock, right? I know what you're thinking, but I'm not related to the old Matlock." And I was like, so I'm supposed to watch a show about Matlock about a woman, and you're not even related to Matlock.
I could have just made that relatable and just kept it going.
One, two,
Easy.
three. You know what I'm saying?
I'm the
So
great granddaughter or something. Like I'm saying, easy.
easy, bro. And it's an older woman too, so it's like, yo, she look like she went to school with Matlock, but y'all don't bring back, his son or his nephew or cousin or something. Like, come on, man. Like, what did we do? What are we doing? All right, y'all. Moving on to our must-see segment: must-see movies, must-hear music, must-see TV show, documentary. You want to start this one off?
All right, just to piggyback off the Sandlot aspect, my top three movies, y'all know how I do. I always have a theme. My top three movies are my kid-friendly karate movies. So these were my coming of age, growing up karate movies that I love watching, right? So the first one on this list is Surf Ninjas.
Come
Came
on, man.
out in 1993. Stars Ernie Reyes Jr., Rob Schneider, Leslie Nielsen, Neil Israel, Nicholas Cohen, Kelly Hugh, Ernie Reyes Sr., Tone Loc, John Carlin, Keon Young, and Jonathan Schmuck. Pause. Classic movie right here. Like it's just a funny. It's not too serious, and it's a bunch of friends, two brothers and a friend,
Mm-hmm.
and come to find out, the oldest brother has an important destiny about him, and you gotta watch the movie to see what happens. Classic movie right here. It's just a good fun time watching Surfing Ninjas. You go
Fact,
watch it on Amazon Prime. Matter of fact.
facts,
Next one on this list is my favorite. Is Three Ninjas Kick Back. I probably had mentioned this movie before.
fire.
Came out in 1994. Stars Max Elliott Slade, Sean Fox, Victor Wong, Caroline Junko King, Michael Trainer, Margarita Franco, J. Evan Bonifay, Justin Nugent, Alec McKee, Jason Schlongblong, pause, Angelio Tiff, and Kaylee Nakahara. If you ever watched the first Three Ninjas, this is a continuation of the second one. And you know what I'm saying? It's the three brothers something happened and they gotta take a flight to Japan and kick hella ass. You know what I'm saying? And it's fire movie.
How they get? I don't want to tell you how.
Bro, this is what I'm saying about the 90s, because it was mad fraud going on, but it was okay if you was a little jit. You know what I'm saying? It was all right.
We just
You
go
could just do all kind of fraud, sign checks underneath it that's not even in your name, and you know what I'm saying? Niggas gonna cash the check for you and just be like, oh, all right, it's cool.
And how old were they? And they know
Bro,
how to
barely 13, son. That's right. Colt, Rocky, and Tum Tum. Shout out to them, son. You know what I'm saying?
fire movie.
My childhood heroes right there. You know what I'm saying? Fighting crime, doing crime, you know what I'm saying? Getting the girl. You know what I'm saying? It was lit.
Yo,
It was a lit time, son. And my last final on my list of my list is Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. And I'm talking about the classic one, 1995. I don't want the remake, that's ass. We going with the classic, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Stars Jamie Jo Johnson, the originals, you know what I'm saying? We talking about the OGs.
Yes.
Jason David Frank, Johnny Wong Bosch, David Yost, Karan Ashley, Stephen Cardenas, Jason Narvi, Gabriel Fitzpatrick, Robert L. Manahan, and Richard Stoon Horrocks. If you never watched the series of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, this movie is basically about the whole series, and they turned it into a whole movie. Classic 90s movies. Like, it's just pure 90s right here. So this could have been the 90s list too, because this is all pure 90s fun, have a good time type of wave. You know what I'm saying? So my three karate movies are Surf Ninjas, Three Ninjas Kick Back, and Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Fire movies. That's we must be on the same wave, because my movies is hella old school too tonight. You know what I'm saying? Before I drop into my movies, I want to give a quick shout out to some of our badge holders that just stepped up in the building. Shout out to Critical Rick in the building, badge holder. You already know, man. He already know the wave. He already seen these movies. He already know the wave. So shout out to Critical Rick. Shout out to Big Fred, U.S. Marines. Shout out to S King. Shout out to Mitchell Upchurch in the building. Appreciate y'all tapping in. Hit them likes, hit them likes, hit them 100s, hit the 100s. Those are must-see movies right there. Fire, kid-friendly movies. And this, I'm not going to hold you. I'm a grown-ass man. But those movies he just named, it's still a good-ass time. I'm just saying.
Yo, Three Ninjas Kick. First of all, Surf Ninjas, when bro found out that he was king and destined to be king, and he had to rally his mans in him to go surf, to go take that. Come on, son. That was gangster shit right there. Son. Come on, son. You and your man gotta go surf to take the palace down, son.
You feel me?
Come on, son. And y'all on your ninja wave. You know what I'm saying?
And low key, son was top tier back in the 90s. That's Kino. You know what I'm saying? From Ninja Turtles. That's Kino. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never
His
heard
pops was there too, you know what I'm saying?
Feel me? I ain't never heard the Kino till the movie came out, but I cool. You know what I'm saying? I had every toy. I was looking like, yo, where Kino at? Like, yeah, Kino not a real. That's just something we just do in the movie. But Kino, you know what I'm saying? He ain't Surf Ninja.
Just real pure 90s. Nobody in school. Everybody just cooling. You know what I'm saying? The 90s was ill, son.
Yo, fire movie, y'all. Fire must-see movies. All right, y'all. My must-see movies. If you haven't seen it, these are movie heavens. Like I don't know what it is, but I'm on the 80s, 90s vibe tonight as well. So my first movie came out in 1989, directed by Amy Heckerling. This stars Christy Alley, John Travolta, Bruce Willis, Christopher Aiden, Damon Wayans, and Olympia Dukes. This movie is called Look Who's Talking. Fire movie about a woman who's an actual accountant, and she meets a guy. She's kind of like man crazy. The man happens to be to watch the rest of the movie because I won't ruin it for y'all. I'm not going to spoil it, so make sure you tap into Look Who's Talking. My second must-see movie came out in 1993, directed by Michael Keaton Jones. This movie stars Robert De Niro, Leonardo DiCaprio, Ellen Barkin, Toby Maguire, Jonath Bakeman, and Carla Ganano. Sorry. This movie is called The Boy's Life. Fire movie about a young man and his mother moving from Florida to Utah to get a new start. The mom's just have bad luck with men, so she constantly end up having to watch the rest of the movie. So make sure you tap in to see this boy's life. Her third and must-see final movie came out in 1989, directed by Joe Johnston. This stars Rick Moranis, Robert Olivier, Amy O'Neill, Thomas W. Brown, Jared Rustin. This movie is called Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Classic comedy movie about a man, a scientist that got all types of gidgy gadgets all in his house. His kids is all up in the shed, messing with his tools, messing with his stuff, and you have to watch the rest of the movie. I won't ruin it for y'all. So make sure y'all tap into Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, This Boy's Life, and Look Who's Talking. You ever seen any of those, bro?
I've seen all. I got rewatch This Boy's Life. It's been a minute since I seen that one, son.
Fire.
Watch that one, son.
Fire. 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 All right, y'all. Moving on to our must hear segment. So my must hear for tonight. Make sure y'all put these songs on y'all playlist, especially y'all hip hop heads. We got serious hip hop heads, not just drill heads, not just vibe. I like to vibe type of music. We got some serious hip hop heads in the building. So my three must have on your playlist is the Violator album. The album V2.0. Have these three songs on your playlist. What It Is, featuring Busta Rhymes and Violator. Second must have is Grimy, featuring Noriega and Violator. Third must have song is Come Through, featuring Noriega, Styles P, and Violator. So make sure y'all put those on y'all playlist. Again, Come Through, Grimy, and What It Is. So make sure y'all put those on y'all playlist. All right, moving on to our must see or must watch classic TV show or stand up or documentary. You want to start this one off?
Now you can start it off.
A quick shout out, Rowan Jack in the building. Another of our badge holders in the building, man. Appreciate you tapping in as always and supporting the show. Shout out to C Mander, Willie G in the building, and little one in the building. Appreciate y'all tapping in. Appreciate y'all tapping in. So my must see classic TV show, stand up or documentary is actually a reality TV show called Baldwin Hills. It was on for 3 seasons. It came out in 2007, and it was like a new side of California I ain't never seen before. Because all I was really exposed to with California is either you in California to get your movie on, to get a role or something, do your music, or you going gang bang. They showing affluent families and their children and how they get to move and groove within Baldwin Hills. It's a dope watch. So make sure y'all tap into Baldwin Hills.
Yeah, that show was a dope watch, son. It's crazy because I got a series too. This one is a classic. I feel it doesn't get talked about enough, and I feel like nobody really remember this show. It's called Undressed. Came out in 1999, had 3 seasons, and I feel like this young generation didn't have a show like Undressed because it was about relationships. It was about like sex, but it gave you like nuances of what would happen if you had sex. Like, there was one. I remember one scenario. It was a skit where this kid. It was a college dorm room kid. He had a shorty or whatever, and every time they was about to do, he would prejaculate and shit like that, right? So damn, he would never had a chance to get bust one off because you know what I'm saying, it'd be too bad.
Yeah.
So, but then Shorty went out her way to like research and study like why this would happen, and then she found out like, yo, maybe you're mad excited, so let's calm down and relax, and it just showcased like, yo, like there's times where you could have a conversation and talk about it with each other, and y'all could come to a resolution. Like, it was just a dope show. It just had so many different scenarios. It stars Christina Hendricks, Sarah Lancaster, Katie Sackhoff, Chad Michael Murray, Adam Brody, Bree Turner, Mark Blucas, John Heredes, Nicholas Gonzalez, Sarah Delaney, Dante Basco, and Katie Alston. Now that I'm older, reading the names of the characters, I remember them now because they're older now. But back then, it was just a crazy show to watch. Like, I don't know, you gotta tap into Undressed. Son. It was a classic one right here. Son.
I don't know what it is about the older shows, especially like them older uh reality TV shows. They used to hit different. It made you feel like not just you was a part of their life, but it made you feel like you took something from it. You know what I mean? And could apply it to your everyday for some reason. So them old school at this point, them old school reality TV shows used to hit so much different. So shout out, yo, make sure y'all tap into these shows. Y'all can find a lot of these shows either it's on Tubi. Tubi got everything. Either it's on Tubi or I don't think Netflix really involves themselves with the 90s.
Tubi connect, you know what I'm saying? Tubi got all the connects.
They the top cop.
They're top cop, you know what I'm saying?
That's right now.
We talking about tactical.
TNT. You know what I'm saying? That's
subtlety and finesse.
You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm the lieutenant. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know. You know what I'm saying? I know. All right, y'all. Moving on. You got cologne for us?
Definitely got cologne for y'all. You'll know the slogan. If you look good, you feel good, you smell good, you're gonna do good. Definitely if you're on your rebel shit and you like going against the grain, pause. Definitely want to tap into Confessions of a Rebel. The fragrance is Rebel Thorn for all you rebels who want to go against the grain. You need that shorty on arm while you're going against the grain, so might as well smell good while you're doing it. So tap into Confessions of a Rebel. The fragrance is called Rebel Thorn.
Yo, that make sure y'all tap in because the goal is to get the girl. Smell good, get the
tucky.
Case closed. You know what I'm saying? All right, moving on to our next segment. Y'all already know what time it is. It's time to rap. This segment is brought to you by Button Snaps, where you get classic movie, shows, documentary for your viewing pleasure of $4.99. Again, Button Snaps. First hot topic of the night. This one was crazy. Gilly the Kid speaks on the 17-year-old basketball star who was murdered in front of his mom. He was a straight A student, but he was a top tier basketball player. Through the Shannon Sharp podcast, Club Shay Shay, turned out that same kid happened to either be the shooter or was the connection or was the reason for his son's murder. His son, Cheese. What do you think about that?
The irony and the how that scenario comes together is just you can't write that in Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? So you mean to tell me he's not only a top tier athlete, scoring buckets 30 a game, but then also has time to do drill at night and not get caught and like how you do it and wasn't he also a good student or something like that too?
He was an all A student.
I don't know. When we was in high school, bro, we barely had time from football practice to get to the crib.
Mm-hmm.
You traveling from Fort Hamilton to middle Brooklyn. I'm traveling from south of Queens to go all the way to the west of Queens.
That's hours, y'all. That's not like 20 minutes, 30 minutes.
Nah, you know what I'm saying? The public bus ride, I'm telling you, son, that's a long bus ride home. And then after practice, then to get to the block to go do work. I mean, if that's what they're saying, I don't know how you. And then on top of that, to be a straight A student, that's crazy. To have all that potential and then to just throw it away, commit murders is just I don't know how that goes together. But if that's the evidence and that's what they're pointing towards it, then I hope Gilly's family can find some peace now that they found the killer. But that's crazy.
I always shout out Gilly mainly because he's always been a real one. He's always done like little stuff online to show love that he didn't have to do towards me, which I appreciate. But a lot of things that he speak on, even though I don't agree with everything, we all don't agree with everything everybody is saying, but you still support that person even if you don't agree on some things, right? But I wouldn't I wouldn't want to trade shoes with him in that regard. You know what I mean? I have a grown daughter, and to go through what he's going through as far as that losing a child, I can't even fathom that, right? I seen my mother and my father deal with that because of my oldest brother, right? So watching him pour his love and his energy into his family, he has other kids that's still here, and even during the episode, he took time out during his interview to make sure that his daughter get to shine. New York, LA, she was able to perform on Club Shay Shay, which was a beautiful moment because they was talking about his son that passed away and this other rapper that has something to do with taking his life or took his life, um, but pouring life and love into his children that's still here. And I think that's part of the reason why he still is able to smile because he still has another son that he could pour that love and energy to, and I think he has a grandchild too. So I commend him for even being able to talk about it a little bit. But you made a good point. It's like, how can in this day and age kids have the ability to study and be a good student, and then just loop that into being a whole shooter and a whole killer, right? And it's easy to surmise it only because of the influence, right? Because of the music is an influence. So when they leave practice, they on murder mode, right? Basketball or sport, it's just something that they do. Getting grades could be something that they just naturally smart at. So for some kids to feel like they need to live in that type of lifestyle to be safe or to feel like they down or that they're not awkward and taking someone else's life, they throwing their life away without even recognizing it, without even putting the two together. So I commend Gilly for even being able to talk about it. But for this kid that he was a star player. He was getting recruited by a lot of top tier universities, and he had the grades. And but he was known as the Joker, if I'm not mistaken. He wore like a Joker mask in a couple of drill videos, and again, he was either the person that did it or he was the person of interest that was able to orchestrate that. So it looking at the situation is just a tough one to deal with, but I commend Gilly for being able to speak on it. So, and I didn't even know that connection was there until he had made mention of that on Club Shay Shay. So, yeah. All right, y'all. Moving on to our next hot topic. Uh, who are Boondocks fans in the chat? I'm a big Boondocks fan. My brother's a big Boondocks fan. Did you know that the Usher episode was based on real life?
Yeah, I heard the writer talk about one of the writers. It was about based on his life or whatever and stuff like that. So it was interesting to hear the backstory about it. So I thought that was pretty interesting.
Yes, yes. One of the writers, Carl Jones, he does great voiceovers. I think he did the voiceover for Thugnificent and just several of those great voiceovers in the Boondocks. And it was a real situation with him and his wife and the creator Aaron Magruder and I think a couple other people was all out at dinner. Him and his wife or then wife had some sort of like disagreement or whatever the case may be. The energy was just weird. When he said they went to the bathroom or they went somewhere. When he came back, the wife was all at Usher table. So I'm like, yeah, come here, like, you know what I'm saying? Come meet Usher and all this, that, and the third, or just cheesing and all that. You know what I'm saying? Just a whole energy done changed. Now, I know I would. Would you have a problem with how his wife or his ex-wife moved with Usher at that particular time, even though they turned it into a great video, a great episode? Because the very next day they say, "Yo, we got to talk about last night, right? We got to put that in the show." So would
Mhm.
you type of way?
I mean, my wife wouldn't even be in that type of scenario. Wouldn't even put me in that kind of scenario.
Mm-hmm.
My wife, no.
Mm-hmm.
You gonna be my wife for a reason. I chose you for a reason. disrespecting me in public is not one of the reasons you're gonna be my wife.
Facts.
So it's not happening. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just I'm not gonna be put in that scenario. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because the disrespect, the sly, slick remarks that women say, you gonna catch on to it early on before you even put the ring on.
Mm-hmm.
So if you never nipped it in the butt before you put the ring on, don't expect it to correct itself when y'all married.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So nah, I would not be in that scenario. Because even if it is Usher, my wife would never look at Usher. Because you married to me. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You my wife.
You know, there's a trope out there that I hate, and I tell women, if you don't look at me like I'm your like, and I tell any man this too as well. If your woman don't look at you like you that dude, like you not who these other chicks think that who's the most handsome guy, if she don't treat you that way or look at you that way, get rid of her. Because there's no reason why that a woman should feel comfortable saying, like, yo, if I meet Michael B. Jordan, I get a pass, right? Like, yeah, you get a pass to the door, take your bags with you, and you go move in with Michael B. Jordan. Because ain't no way I'm gonna let you get your, rock out, and then you come back home to the good stuff. You know what I'm saying?
2
So
first-class tickets to the block party. You know what I'm saying?
to the block party. You heard? Damn, what's up with my door, babe? My key not working. Oh, nah, you chilling with Michael B and them, right? Oh yeah, okay. You a sinner. Oh, you a sinner. Okay. You like to sin. Okay, you a sinner. Okay. Go holler at Creed. Go holler at Creed. Go holler at Adonis, right? Go holler at go holler at him. You know what I'm saying? That's happening over here. So it was interesting that they put that in the show, and they made it a funny episode. That's a standout episode. But I just I just don't understand that. Like in my earlier years when I was young, when I was in my 20s, I had like a not a girlfriend, but she wasn't my girl. Y'all know what I'm talking about, fellas. That lady that you sleeping with and y'all cool, and she's like, yeah, if I ever meet such and such, I'm gonna, it's whatever. And I'm like, oh, okay, you're not my girl anyway, so it don't make no difference to me, baby. Like it is what it is. But a lot of women, or some women, believe that, yo, if they meet Chris Brown, he could get the drawers and then she could come back home. Like, nah, that's not happening. Hell no. All right, moving on to our next hot topic. Trump is signing an executive order to eliminate the Department of Education. Is this a betrayal on American children?
How is it a betrayal on American children when you have statistically we the poorest, like we the lowest in test scores in all the other countries underneath the Department of Education? So by all statistics, they failed. So yeah, you gotta get rid of them. They haven't done their job. Reading and writing is at an all-time low. So what are we talking about? If you're not doing your job, why am I going to continuously pay you? What are we what are we talking about?
Yeah.
Like, come on. Reading and writing is down bad. So maybe try another way. Instead of Department of Education, allow the states to run education for each state. Instead of having Department of Education mandate a curriculum for every state all across the board. Maybe it doesn't work in certain districts. How are you going to make a curriculum that's a foundation all across the board for one district where they got mad money, you got all these private schools, and then you got another district that barely got any resources, but they're supposed to teach the same way? Nah, son. Let the states run the education as they see fit, based upon the districts and the needs of the district. Because there ain't no way the Department of the Education been doing a good job.
And which is weird because I've always thought that they kind of operated on that type of model. Because us growing up in New York City, in order for you to graduate high school, no matter how great you are as a student, you can have all A's. You had to take something what's called the Regents exam, and if you didn't pass the Regents, you didn't graduate. It didn't matter if you carried a 90 average. If you didn't pass those Regents courses, the Regents test, and you had to take a Regents test for each subject. And the only way you could kind of like bypass it is if you left school and somehow got into college. You could take like a placement test once you got to college, and then they will kind of see if you could take college level courses or pre college level courses. Um, but in New York City, we had to take that Regents in order to even graduate high school. When you talk about other states at that time, they didn't have to take no Regents. I had cousins that was around my age that lived in Virginia, that lived in Florida. You know, they haven't even heard of a Regents exam. So, and it's like if you had good grades, it's like, yo, you gonna graduate, baby. So, um, and if you wanted to go to college, you had to take, different qualifying exams to get into college. So I always kind of thought that they operated on that type of system in a sense. But hearing this, I'm not mad at this at all. A lot of people was mad about this, and that's the caption that American children are being betrayed by cutting the school budget of breaking down the the uh, the schooling system.
Well, that's how you know the schooling system is terrible when statistically they show you that the Department of Education has been piss poor and terrible, and you still want to keep the piss poor and terrible soup. Like you still want to sip on the piss.
Uh
That goes to show you how bad the education is.
huh.
When you still want to keep the same shit that's making you dumb, but you want to still keep it.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like this is where we at.
Yeah.
You guys should have been got rid of that shit a long time ago. But you know why? People was getting money off that shit.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. It's all a system. I mean, at the end of the day, what are we talking about? For the last 30 years, 50 years, going to high school, you you got what you put into high school. But that's not act like every high school provided an education that when people left that it benefited them moving on. Most kids, and I say this all the time, and this is why they need to restructure the education system. They need to learn practical things, not just in high school, but in elementary, junior high, then high school. So by the time they get to high school, they nice at it, and by the time they leave high school, kids can actually make money in something instead of waiting to high school to learn something that they can make money from. So that way they have a real choice that they could go into the workforce because guess what? They don't have the money to go to college. They rather just get into the workforce, make their money, make 75 to 80 grand a year and not depend upon working at Walmart or any other big structure that's going to keep them working but keep them poor, where they can actually make a living and make their first shot their best shot because if they start working at 18, 19, and if they put in that type of work, by the time they 40, they could retire. But this country don't want that. This country don't want that. So imagine if we had an educational system based and built where kids is learning things as early as junior high school. The best time to teach people stuff is when they're children. So by the time that they get of age or even the late teens, it becomes second nature instead of waiting till the last minute to teach somebody something. So by the time they get to high school, they done refine their skills and now they have a real option. I could go on to college to further what I want to do to get whatever I need to build my business, build the job, work for a company, or I could just go into the workforce. My parents don't really have the type of money. I don't want to go to the military. I want to work, make my money, get my own place, get my own car now. So by the time I'm 40 years old, I could retire. Why we don't have it like that? You feel me? Like that's a question to you. Why we don't have it like that?
Because we got too many people skimming off the top,
Hmm.
and nobody having checks and balances for years.
Yeah,
So now,
yeah. I actually love it because it shakes things up, and if we're going to have these schools, we need to have qualified educators. And I don't believe that the educators that we have is not qualified. I feel like we don't have enough educators. Especially when you talk about from state to state. Why is it Massachusetts have one of the best schooling systems in the world, but it's right next to New York, and New York is one of the most trash schooling systems that you can have. How is that? So we got to make this make sense. I'm in favor of this, and we need to shake things up and let it build and take on a whole new curriculum that we could build with kids as they get older. All right, moving on to our next hot topic. Make sure y'all hit them likes, hit them likes, hit them hundreds in the chat, y'all. Next hot topic: 17-year-old boy accused of murdering his mother, which he did, but he was able to walk away from the charge. They was able to let him go. And a year prior, he murdered his father for Valentine's Day. But they let him go for the murder of his mom because they said it was in self-defense. What do you think about that? And because of his age, they haven't released his name, or at least I haven't seen it.
I mean, if they saying it's self-defense, and they not what they dropping the charges too, because you know they don't drop murder charges like that.
No, he beat the case. He went to trial and beat the case.
Then there's nothing to talk about.
Mm.
I mean, like, you went to the court of law, they found him not guilty. What was there to say? What is there to say?
Mm-hmm. They asked in the chat, what was he the reason for murdering his dad? I didn't catch that part of the story. I will be honest, but the fact that he was able to
It's irrelevant.
murder the son and the moms.
It's irrelevant why he did it. He got off.
He got off.
What I'm saying? So the jurors found it irrelevant. So they didn't see no without a reasonable doubt. The prosecution did not bring up the case to showcase no doubt in the defense. So not guilty. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I just think it's crazy. I mean, you lose both of your parents before you're 19 in a matter of 2 years. I mean, I lost both of my parents in 2 years as well, and within 2 years of each other. But
he the reason his parents is gone.
That's what I'm saying. I was about to say. I was like,
what the fuck?
Yeah, like, come on. So
built
it's
different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's differently built. You know what I'm saying? Not Ford tough, not Mountain Dew tough. That's just built different. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I don't want no parts of that clothing, no parts of that linen, none of that. You know what I'm saying? Keep it over there.
Facts.
Matter of fact, I'm broke. I don't got no money to buy your clothes. I don't want none of your gear. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a kid I do not feel sorry. I don't want to say I don't feel sorry, but I don't want him in this house. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, he a good kid. Yeah, cool. Stay outside. Like, don't talk to that kid. He dangerous. We in a wild time. This is a wild time that we living in. All right, moving on to our next hot topic. They're going crazy in the chat. I love it. Our next hot topic. Last Chance U players is suing Netflix for $30 million. The players that was on, I believe the first season.
Yeah, I think first and probably the second because they were the same cats first and second season.
Yeah, they sued them for $30 million. They said they never, made their money, or they never made money off the show, and the show has made, it was able to be on Netflix and do what it did or whatever. They never received any type of monies or anything like that. What do you think about that?
Well, it just depends on how the contract was constructed. You know what I'm saying?
True.
So, if they're going ahead with this $30 million lawsuit, then the lawyers see that there's some loopholes in the contract that they can, you know what I'm saying, get some wiggle room to get some money out of the networks or whatever. So if they feel they wasn't getting paid for the show or during the taping of the show or whatever, and after the fact, then they need to be compensated. So
Yeah. The show, y'all, is called Last Chance U on Netflix. It was about college football guys, junior college football guys going from high school to JUCO to 4-year school. But yeah, it's crazy. I mean, Last Chance U probably had about 7 seasons or 6 seasons. Great show. I don't know why they switched it to basketball because it wasn't the same. It didn't hit the same. But if kids are not getting paid, I mean, how much do it cost to pay these kids? Like all these companies want to make these millions of dollars, but don't want to pay these kids. I'm not understanding. Like y'all about to make millions of dollars. What's paying the kid $5 grand or $10 grand at the time, opposed to having him to sue you for 30 million later? Because I know it wasn't no 30 million for his image and likeness. So why not just pay him straight up? The other networks already got the bread
and more bread.
and more bread. So what are we doing? So I just found it just real ridiculous, man. It's so classless, and I hope these kids get their money. I hope they get their money. All right, moving on to our next hot topic. Scientists discover that cockroach milk is 4 times more nutritious than cow milk. What do you think about that?
Yeah, they could keep that. Yeah, they can keep that. Nobody asked for that research. Nobody asked you to go into that thought process, that theory. Take that whole research, take that whole chalkboard, all that shit, throw in the whole garbage with the cockroaches. You know what I'm saying? Fuck out of here. Son. Like, nah. Like, how much money did it cost to do that research? I want to know how much that costs. Who okayed that bread?
What was it? The 30 mil that Netflix took from them kids last year? You like?
Yeah, we're gonna turn around, flip that money into cockroach milk. Oh, that sounds like a winner right there. And then the next nigga gonna okay that. Like, yeah, I'm gonna write that.
Right, right.
Come
They
on, son.
going in the chat. I love it. Like for real. Like imagine if they really pass this through.
And then y'all wonder why y'all don't want to get rid of the Department of Education. You sure you don't want to get rid of the Department of Education? Because they over here want you to start ingesting cockroach milk. You know what I'm saying? But y'all want to keep the Department of Education. All right. You know what I'm saying? That's what's up.
Right.
This top tier education right here. The top tier government grant money to do research, and this the best you could come up with. Cockroach milk. Okay. Right. But yet and still, people dying of diabetes, cancer, but you got time to come up with cockroach milk. Who drank that milk? Who tested that milk?
That's a good question.
I want to meet that man.
That's a good question.
Behind plexiglass, because ain't no way we're going to talk directly, because, you know what I'm saying? Because you just drank cockroach milk. So I don't know if it's microbials in the air that might get in my eyes, and I get sick now. So I got to protect myself. I'm just saying, because y'all talking about cockroach milk and these top tier scientists. So what do I know? You know what I'm saying?
And not to mention, just looking at the size of the cockroach, how many cockroaches do you got to milk to get you a full glass? I'm saying, like how do that work? I mean, just looking at a cow, you could be like, oh, I could, you know what I'm saying, I could get a whole store out of a cow. But we talking about a cockroach, so that's 1 scoop per kill. So how many cockroaches do you have to kill? How big do they have to be? Like, is it the German cockroach? Like, is it a class of cockroach? Like, what cockroach? How many cockroaches is it going to take to fill up a whole glass?
Not only that, what type of cockroach feed you feed in the cockroach? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, is it? You know what I'm saying? Like,
right. Like make it make sense. But I'm saying like just like
this is the buffalo I be talking about.
Like, cause you can see the cow, you be like, okay, big ass cow got a whole lot of milk. Okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? Like just making it make sense. But a cockroach, and they sell them by the gallons.
Cockroach.
You feel me? They sell them by the gallons. So what we doing? How we doing this?
Yo, they need to burn that whole department down with all the research and all the cockroaches. Make sure not one of them escapes.
Not near nutter.
Not near nutter. You know what I'm saying? Because that is egregious work right there. Like, nah, son. That's crazy. Cockroach milk. I want to see the budget. That's what I want to see. I want to see the budget. And then I want to see the proposal that people put in front of somebody to okay the budget. Mm-hmm. That's what I want to see. Because I have to see that. That has to be the greatest written proposal in the history of man. For you to get funding to go ahead and now produce cockroach milk.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That got to be the best proposal. I need to study that.
Yeah.
I need to study that because that's probably going to get me some bread. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm going to come up with? I'm going to come up with lion toenail clippers. You know what I'm saying? With real lion in it. Yeah, that's what I'm going to come up with. Yep.
Yo, chill.
Roll bits of lion in
it. Oh my God. Yo, this is, yo. But imagine if they really pass this through, put this in stores, so they're going to have...
Ain't imagine, they already did it.
The cow milk next to the almond milk, and yo, I know y'all going to trip, right? But yo, this cockroach milk.
And we got it in chocolate for you. It got bits of roast in it. High octane protein for you, you heard?
Yo, shout out to Rowan Jack, always support.
Oh, they gotta bring the milkman back, you know what I'm saying? So he can deliver you your cockroach milk straight to your front door, you heard?
Here's some milk money for my man. Yo, shout out to Rowan Jack again, man. Appreciate you always. Wow, that's hilarious. But like this one in itself is just wow to me. And it's so crazy. We believe all these scientists that probably don't even wash their ass correctly. And we're going to believe them about what we're going to ingest into our bodies. Like when I heard 2 years ago that, like, this is the reason why I stopped eating shrimp. When I heard 2 years ago that shrimp was basically the cockroaches of the sea world, I said, what? It was like, yeah, it's basically a sea cockroach. I stopped eating shrimp that day. And this was 2 years ago. 2 years ago. I always thought shrimp was healthy eating. You see what I'm saying?
Before I even found out about cockroach of the sea, it was like a couple of years ago when I was cooking with a friend or whatever, and we was making shrimp and shit. And I'm thinking I'm cleaning this shit properly, right?
Yeah.
Come to find out, it was like, oh no, you're supposed to open this part to get the vein out, because that's what all the doo-doo is. I'm like, huh? After that, I never ate shrimp again, because from there I was like, wait a minute. So if I didn't know how to clean it properly,
bro,
I'm good.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. And how many years that we've been eating it like that? You know what I'm saying? Without even knowing, bro.
Bro, talk about going to what's the Red Lobster during the shrimp fest? Come on, son. Get you a whole bowl of shrimp Alfredo with the extra shrimp on there. You know what I'm saying?
Go crazy. Go wild. You know
Go ahead, boo. It's on me. You know what I'm saying? You want the extra lobster bisque? Don't worry about it, baby.
Oh my God, y'all. Yo, this is crazy. When I seen this, I was like, man, like, I just can't imagine it on the shelf somewhere. And people like, yo, I know you on trip, but you gotta mess with that cockroach milk. It hit different. So it's gonna be something, man. All right, moving on to our next hot topic. A daycare worker is out on bond after she was charged with physically and sexually assaulting 12 preschoolers. Now there's a 13th victim has come forward filing a lawsuit accusing the same worker of that abuse. What do you think about that?
I'm just confused as to why there's no criminal charges brought against this woman. I'm just saying, these are criminal acts. You should be prosecuted criminally.
Yeah.
And then after you've been found guilty, you know what I'm saying? You get your sentencing. Then they go after you civilly.
Yeah.
But I feel as though this behavior needs to be rectified. You can't let this go unchallenged. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to sit in jail, no bond, and you wait for your court date. If you make it to your court date, because once the other inmates find out what you did, and they got kids too, you ain't gonna make it. Just like Buddy and them didn't make it in our show we love to watch. What's that show? Second season.
Mayor Kingstown.
Mayor Kingstown, bro, did not make it in that jail, and his shit was an accident. It was an egregious, terrible accident.
Yeah.
It's the child, but a child was lost, and he was lost after that. You know what I'm saying? So
he didn't make it.
He didn't make it past the hour. You know what I'm saying? So all I'm saying is these are crimes against boys. It's just so crazy when it comes to boys. It's just always some lackluster, a lackluster justice when it comes to boys of a sexual nature. But God forbid if it was girls, bro, and them gonna be under the jail already.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Why is it treated differently when both people doing the same crime is egregious, regardless if it's a male or female?
It's monster.
It should be taken account of the crime that you committed, that you should not be getting no bond. Or your bond is to a point so high that you gotta give up your damn soul to get out.
Right. 3 million. 3 million. I don't got 3 million. We know that.
Yeah. You gonna be in court till May 25th when the first court date. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It usually be in the spring, summertime. You know what I'm saying? But now you out on bond? How? The only thing I can understand is boys. I'm not for the, if it's girls, it's harsh punishment, but if it's boys, oh man, he should be happy. No, hell no. It's wrong regardless. So why is that this woman is able to walk out and be cool? She giving somebody sloppy toppy right now while these boys is going through an unimaginable amount of trauma.
It's trauma. It's trauma.
Excuse me.
And they probably don't even realize it's trauma because it's a situation that's happening and they being outside themselves. Like they don't even understand or grasp what's going on, and they won't.
All they know, it makes them feel good. It doesn't. It's not right, but it makes them feel good because it's the physical aspect of it. The emotional aspect didn't get there yet because they haven't grasped it yet. But it seems as though our society don't give a damn because they let her go. That's for her to touch again.
I mean, 12 preschoolers. That's crazy.
This is not junior high. These are preschool. This is 4, 5, maybe 6 years old. But you let her out? Why? Because she's a woman?
Right. And we're not even saying that junior high is any better, but preschoolers, all this is predatorial, but they're preschool age again. They don't even understand what's going on. They don't have the capacity to realize. They don't know what's a sexual act.
Again, y'all still want to keep the Department of Education? Y'all still want to keep the Department of Education? How many more scenarios do you need?
I'm saying. I'm
saying. You know what I'm saying? We saying. You know what I'm saying?
Make it make sense.
The brothers get a rap on that. You know what I'm saying? Wrap that shit up. It's over with. Burn that shit. Get it out of there. Because when we was in school, there was no disrespecting the teacher. There was no talking back. The teacher was like damn near another parent.
Yeah, because they could whoop your ass. They had the rulers.
They could snitch on you.
Thick ass rulers.
All that shit. And you ain't go to school to disrespect the teacher.
Right.
Hell no.
Right. And I remember one time that I did disrespect a teacher in the 7th grade by telling him to shut up. And I told him shut up out of frustration because I couldn't understand what he was talking about. So I told him to shut up, right? Thinking I was cool. Why when I got home, my mom's waiting for me, had the SIG, like, and mind you, my mother worked for Supreme Court of New York, y'all. So she wasn't
didn't even ask you yet.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so I walked through the door, got the SIG, and was like, so you thought it was conducive for you around here that you gonna be talking your shit and think you was gonna come home and shit was gonna be sweet? So you just telling teachers to shut up. That's what we doing now? I could two-piece you right now and it'll be cool, right? And that was her rationale. Like, yo, I could just two-piece you right now and it'll be cool, right? And for some reason, when she said that, I was like, yeah, I think I wilded out. Like, you know what I'm saying? I had to show her that level of respect. She got me together without even having to two-piece me. Because Lord
Yep.
knows if she would have said, do you want me to call your father?
Listen.
Then why?
There's no type of trauma when you done fucked up in school and you gotta go to your dad's for the weekend,
Woo.
and he already done got that call. So you don't understand trauma when you gotta pick your own belt for your beatings. You know what I'm saying? Did you have to pick your own belt for your beatings?
Yo.
I don't think so. That's a different type of trauma, knowing damn 2 o'clock. I'm gonna have to pick up a belt. I'm gonna have to choose the belt. You know what I'm saying? So no, we didn't go to school and disrespect our teachers. You know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, our teachers was not on that type of time. Well, when I got to high school, it's a different story, but that's a different topic.
Right.
All I'm saying is it was just different. You know what I'm
saying? Yeah. Shout out to Ernesto in the building. Appreciate you tapping in. It was nothing more scarier than I'm gonna tell your daddy. There's nothing more scarier than that.
Yeah,
so
that was hella trauma right there. You know what I'm saying?
So I got my
bro made me count the beatings too. Not only I had to pick the belt, then I had to count. So I try to be slick and try to count my multiplication and shit. Try to count it like, oh now one beating is 2, 4, 6. You like, no. Oh, you know your multiplication now, huh? Oh, now you know them shits. Yeah. Try to be funny and shit. Now that didn't work that day. You know what I'm
saying? And you learn through trials and tribulations because you always full belt. You know what I'm saying?
I had to try something. You know what I'm saying?
You get
he liked the tenacity and the effort.
Yo, why would you go get the small belt? That shit hurt even more. So you're like, nah, I'm gonna go get the fat thin belt. You know
that's all he had because he got rid of the thin ones. You know what I'm saying? So now I had to go 2 steps ahead of him. Then I had to like add 3 basketball shorts underneath my jeans. You know what I'm saying? Then he got hit to that. It was like, oh nah, strip. I'm like, damn.
Yo, one time I looked in the closet, I was like, yeah, or you don't got no belts in here, whatever. And he was like, yes, it is. There's one right there. I'm like, yeah, that's not a belt, Dad. And he's like, oh yeah, nah, that's a belt. And he was talking about the cowboy skinny tie and wore my ass out with the cowboy skinny ties. You remember the skinny cowboy ties?
With the leather joint.
With the leather joint?
Yeah.
Tore me up, bro. Pause. You know what I'm saying?
So that's top tier leather. You know what I'm saying?
Top tier beat down. You know what I'm saying? Straight beat down. So, but I know we made light of it. But going back to the original is that this is egregious where we're not realizing that these kids are being traumatized regardless if they're boys or girls. But this is a woman that was able to abuse physically and sexually 13 preschoolers, and for her to be able to walk away on bail, on bond is ridiculous. And I really hope that they be able to execute their case against her moving forward. All right, moving forward, y'all. Moving forward. Our next hot topic, ABC News caught on tape a man kayaking off the Chilean coast and was swallowed by a humpback whale before being released unharmed. Another father and son that caught it on tape was able to help the man to safety. What do you think about that?
I hope that's the last time his goofy ass is kayaking. Maybe it's time to, you know what I'm saying, come back on land, get your mind right. That was God telling you, yo, it's over with this kayaking shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That was your wake-up call, bro.
Yeah.
And you lucky that there was a boat there to help you out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, God was watching you and told you many times before, put that kayak away, bro.
Yeah.
You got bigger fish to fry, literally.
Literally.
You know what I'm saying?
And I think the only reason why he didn't get ate, because I watched the video, is because the whale got more of the kayak than him. You know what I'm saying? So he's, you know what I mean? He got that, so he was able to wiggle away. You feel me? But him going kayaking dolo is nasty work on the Chilean coast. That means it get hot. So anywhere where it gets real hot all year round, they got Godzillas in the water. Like I just believe that. Like they got wild, big sea creatures that we ain't never seen in the most hottest areas in the world. So going kayaking dolo is just straight nasty work. Why are you playing in them sea streets?
Yo, Chilean coast is wild work, son. What you doing over there, bro? Like, yo, be cool, son. Dip your
Dolo.
big toe in the Chilean coast by the seashore, bro. Just be cool. Be
Be
by the
cool.
seashore, son. Don't be all out in the ocean out there, bro. Like, it's not safe out there, B. It's more cool on the land, you know what I'm saying?
That's a
And
fact.
we can fry the motherfuckers on the land, you know what I'm saying? It's better for you over here. That's what God was telling you, son. I hope you got that wake-up call. No more ocean for you.
I just don't get it. Like I don't. Me personally, I don't. I'm a water person. I don't have the need to be in the Chilean coast kayaking. You know what I'm saying? If I'm gonna be in the coast, I'm gonna be on a big boat. You know, with other people, we're gonna have a good time. We you know, a little sailing type of joint, so a fly situation. But that's as most as it gonna get. I ain't gonna be out there 1-seater, 2-seater, just out in the Chilean coast. Like, yeah, we out here. Dolo on top of that.
Nah, can't be me. Won't be me. You know what I'm saying?
A whole humpback whale. You know what I'm saying? Almost
That's
swallowed that asshole. So so
egregious word.
so luckily the father and son combo was out there that was filming him, caught that, and then helped him to safety. Because when they rolled up on him, they was like you was dead in his mouth. Like,
Yeah, we thought you was over with. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, like so crazy work. Crazy work. All right, moving on to our next hot topic. United Airlines flight catches on fire on the Houston, Texas runway during takeoff. Luckily, they was able to stop the plane and no passengers were injured. What do you think about that?
My thing is like, where is all this money that y'all was getting, especially during COVID when it was $40, $50 to fly? No planes was crashing then.
At all.
At all. You know what I'm saying? 5 years later, what's up?
Mm-hmm.
What's going on? Where's all that money? How y'all not reinvest it back into the company and back into the product that's making you the money in the first place?
Mm-hmm.
So you mean to tell me I buy a ticket? So this is how I know it's a scam. So let's say, for instance, I'm buying the ticket to Texas and I'm using United. I buy the ticket, right? And then as you're going through the prompts, you think you bought yourself the ticket and the seat. No,
Right.
now you gotta pay for the seat.
Right.
So now I pay for the seat on top of paying for the ticket, which I thought was for the seat, but apparently it's not. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
now I paid for the seat, and this is everybody that's doing that shit on the plane, mind you. So you got all this extra bread because it make no sense. If you charging me for a plane ticket, I'm paying for a seat.
Mm-hmm.
But then you finesse me to get another seat. Okay, cool. So all my point is you got all this money. Where's the bread? You didn't invest it into the company because planes is damn near falling out the sky.
Left and right.
So obviously it's not back in the planes because that wouldn't make no sense.
Right.
So where's the bread?
Right. They saying in the chat they don't understand how they even make profits. They make profits because the plane's already paid for. It's
That's
already
why they make. That's why I broke it down that you buy the ticket, then
right.
they charge you for a seat. That's
Right.
how they making profit. Did I
Yeah,
not just say this? Like,
right. That's how they make their profit.
you pay for a plane ticket, but then they make you pay for a seat.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck is the point of the plane ticket then?
And making trillions. Trillions.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh. But yeah, after all the expenses. Yeah, but you gotta understand, like when you buying planes, or you gotta remember they not buying planes, they making planes.
We
So
got Boeing right here in America.
right.
Boeing is a, you know what I'm saying? Like they making the planes. Who
They
you
make
paying to make the planes? It's
right.
y'all people making it.
Right.
And it's the government giving you the plane, so you're not paying for the plane.
And not to mention, the government give you money for just having a damn airline. And then you have advertisement for the airline. Advertisement is a the big, like, the money is so crazy, and having your own airlines is ridiculous. Those planes pay for themselves. So that's like the equivalent of people trying to buy a medallion for a cab. Like, yeah, it's expensive, but at this point it already paid for itself. And it's easy. They just making money hand over fist. Not even to mention the peanuts and all that other stuff. People already pay for that.
And then they recharge you again. Because I remember when I was growing up, taking a flight from New York City to Chicago was only 2.5 hours. And in the 90s, I swear to God, you would get a full course meal.
Mm-hmm.
They turned around and felt like as though like, oh, we giving them too much for their money. So now they're going to start paying for that. So they was already getting money from the government by having the airlines. So they figured out a way to finesse us as the consumer to get more bread. So the extra bread that they was getting going to their pockets, mind you, because all the industry is already paid for.
Mm-hmm.
Again, where is the money?
Mm-hmm.
Where's the money on?
Yeah, that's a fact. Where that money on? And then you gotta remember, they getting money from the government because at an airport or airline, it houses so many jobs. It's hundreds of thousands of jobs at the airline by itself. So it's they making money hand over fist on the airlines, but we're seeing all these airlines having, mechanical issues. They having people, stowaway situation. I mean, all types of things going on. And it's not just commercial airlines. Like, I see something before we came on where, like, a fire jet or something of that nature went down in the damn ocean. Like, it was wild crazy. So I'm honestly afraid to fly right now. I'm honestly afraid to fly. I can honestly say that right now. I've never been afraid to fly. But as of right now, I'm afraid to fly. I'd
They're
rather take.
fucking up. They
I'd
they
rather.
starting to make the once the consumer starts to lose confidence in the airline industry, it's not going to be a good look.
Uh-huh.
It's not going to be a good look.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I
I'm not.
can't even get on no boat. I'm not doing that. Trains is iffy. I don't. You ain't gonna have to drive. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Hit the road again, like back in the day.
Right. All right. Moving on to our next hot topic. Uh, we talked about this before. There's a young lady that was suing the Lyft driver because she wasn't able to. The driver, he denied her a ride, refunded her money back, and obviously she taped him. He didn't give her a ride because he felt like she was too big for his particular vehicle. Do you think she was on the Breakfast Club recently talking about the case? Do you think the interview, if you've seen it, do you think her interview helped or hurt her case?
It definitely didn't help her because look how she looked dressed walking into for the interview. Like you just don't even care about for yourself at all.
Mm,
Obviously, you don't care for yourself because you let yourself get this massive amounts of weight. And then on top of that, you expect us to disregard all of that.
mm-hmm.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Because if it was the other way around, it wouldn't even be having no conversation. It wouldn't even, the buddy would not even be on Breakfast Club
Mm-hmm.
because he wouldn't even put himself in that situation.
Mm-hmm.
But because a woman feel, I don't know what is it that women feel as though entitled that you don't have to live in reality.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want none of that soup. I don't want none of that sauce, none of that smoke you got, because I like living in reality. You know what I'm saying? Keeps me humble.
Mm-hmm.
When you live anything else, you know what I'm saying? It's la la land. And then it's just not only it's not only the delusional part, it's the fact that everybody else is fueling the fire. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
What in that scenario justify her getting a conversation with Breakfast Club? You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, Breakfast Club, y'all don't even have no credibility no more. Like, y'all just reach for anything. Y'all might as well be on some TMZ shit.
It's just weird that case in itself or that situation will go on her interview. I know the young lady is supposed to be an artist from Detroit, if I'm not mistaken. So I think this is more as a play for her getting more you know love for her music or just more eyes for her music. But I think she hurt her case based on the things that she spoke about. A lot of
Bro,
things.
what my fault, not to cut you off.
Yeah,
What really hurt her case, my nigga, I swear to God, is when they had to pull that three-seat couch for her to sit down. That's what ruined it for me. Because that first seat that they left for her, that was egregious work, knowing damn well she wasn't gonna fit that. But the way they pushed that other couch over, I was like, nah, ain't no way. And go ahead, my G.
bro. See, I was trying to okay, so that was like the obvious part, right? Because it's like if you can't, and again, I'm not. She's heavy set, right? Well, she's a big girl. If you can't sit in a regular seat at the radio station, and they need to pull out a it was like a three-sectional couch or a sectional couch
That could fit 3 people.
that could fit three people easily. Like that hurts your case right then and there when you say you could fit inside this particular small model vehicle, right?
That couch can't even fit in that buddy vehicle.
Is that my point? You feel what I'm saying? So that was one of the things, and then the other things that she spoke on, I if it was more feeling based, I feel, and it wasn't more fact based. Like you could feel a certain way. You could feel that the company should have some sort of alternates where they, have accommodations. But when you're dealing with Uber, Lyft, the accommodations is in it in itself, right? Regardless of what you think you could fit, mess with something that you know you can fit. So it's a free country, right? So just how you feel like you could fit in that car or whatever, that's cool. No diss to that. But the person that's driving you don't feel like you can fit in their vehicle. That's not discrimination. That's not discrimination based on your weight. I mean, it's based on your weight, but it's not discrimination saying, well, you're too. I don't like having people oversized in my car. That's different from you cannot fit when you go to uh when you go to a theme park, you can't not ride the rides because yeah, we don't want you to ride the rides because you know we don't like your size. You can't ride the rides because you cannot fit in this particular seat. It's going to be a safety hazard.
See, the Department of Education failed her. She thought it was discrimination. But you know what I'm saying? There's another example of why the Department of Education needs to go.
Yeah.
You don't understand the difference between discrimination. So, yeah.
Rowan Jack, you are Rowan Jack, man. Rowan Jack, man. Rowan Jack, you are a fool. You are a fool. I'm fighting for my life over here. Rowan Jack is stupid. Rowan Jack, you stupid. You stupid.
Is this camera on?
But I think she heard.
Use your brain.
I don't know. She might have been better off. Can I eat the pickle? Can I have a pickle? You know what I mean? Like, pause. You know what I'm saying?
It got a
Pause.
lot of salt in it, but yeah, you can eat it.
No, but again, her case, like in all seriousness, she hurt her case mainly because a lot of things that she spoke on was based on feeling and not fact. That she feel like there need to be accommodations. Every service in our society has accommodations, but you have to pay for the accommodations. You don't get the cheap version of the service and ask for accommodations on the cheaper part of the service. Whatever comes with that service is what you get. So if you're looking for some sort of real accommodations that can really comfortably accommodate, what you're equipped with, then you pay for that. But it comes off as that it was a cheaper version that you went with, and you didn't want to pay for the accommodations. She's saying it based on in her past, on her everyday life, that she's able to fit in these type of vehicles.
Cap.
But you tell on yourself by not being able to sit in a regular seat, and then they bring you the three sectional couch, and you know what I mean. It was like, well, you're doing damage to your case.
Yo, they said forklift is crazy.
I'm not even gonna read the comments.
Yo, y'all wow, fam.
Because y'all going in on the comments with these jokes. Y'all hot tonight. Y'all hot. I don't even want to look at the comments for like the
I'm
next.
talking about she needs some roach milk.
I'm not gonna look at the comments for the next 60 seconds. Like y'all are killing it in the comments. But in all seriousness, I think she hurt her case. In all seriousness, I know we cracking jokes a little bit, but we're trying to make light of the situation. But again, just because, all right, for example, I can't pay for something and I knows what comes with what I'm paying for, and then ask for an extra accommodations. I can ask for it. That don't mean I'm gonna get it. And if I don't get it, be like, you know what? I'm gonna sue y'all. I'm gonna sue y'all. Like, it don't work that way. We all know the rules and the regulations of what we're doing, and I get it. You're just trying to get some money, and I think she had a good shot because the Lyft driver was fired, so he lost his job. But I think she hurt her case based on the things that she spoke about. Spoke about was based on feeling and not facts.
But
So
that's messed up because it's not based on anything lawful for him to lose his job. And this is the problem with this type of society where it's like this victimhood, because the guy who lost his job, he's the real victim.
lost
Shorty
his
went on the
job.
Breakfast Club. He lost his job.
Mm-hmm.
Come on,
Mm-hmm.
for what?
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is crazy.
All right, y'all. Moving on to our next segment. This segment is brought to you by. Segment is brought to you by Bravo Section. Make sure you go to BigBravoSection.com. Again, BigBravoSection.com. You can buy dope photography. If you're in the Miami area, you can book a session with one of the best photographers in the world. If you're not, you can still book that session. They're not gonna fly out. They're gonna take a train to
Yeah,
the.
we're not flying. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
no
We're
fly,
taking frame, be there in like 3 days.
3 days, but they'll take care of your session.
We won't get there though.
Just do it through BigBravoSection.com. Do you have a petty thought for us? Petty law, petty words?
Chat, you know how we do this, the section where we dissect words and everyday words that we use and find the legal definition and legal terms for them. Rowan Jack had requested limited liability company, LLC. Interesting enough, there isn't a definition for limited liability company, but there is a definition for limited and a definition for limitations of liability acts. So I see how they was breaking it up. So we're gonna break it up too. So first word is limited, which means restricted, bounded, prescribed, confined within positive bounds, restricted in duration, extent, or scope as to limited company, right? So limitation of liability acts states statutes and federal state statutes that limit liability for certain types of damages or limited liability of certain type of persons or group, liability of corporate directors or acts of corporations. So it seems as though limited liability, based upon the definitions that was given, it's you only have a limited sense of a limited liability of the company. So if if and when a situation were to occur where somebody would sue you, as the scenario with the lady suing the guy, the limited liability would be towards the company and not towards the guy. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So that's what limited liability is. So next word is wedlock, but this was from a request from Dope Boy Felix. Actually, they don't have a word. They don't have the word wedlock in the legal definition in the legal dictionary. So I looked up the word marriage to compensate for not having wedlock. So the definition of marriage is the legal union of one man and one woman as husband and wife. Marriage as distinguished from the agreement to marry from the act of becoming married is the legal is the legal status, condition, or relation of man and woman united in law for life, or until divorce, for the discharge to each other and the community of the duties legally incumbent on those whose association is founded on the distinction of sex. A contract according to the form prescribed by law, by which a man and woman capable of entering into such contract mutually engage with each other to live with each other their whole lives or until divorce together in a state of union which ought to exist between husband and wife. The word also signifies the act, ceremony, or formal proceeding take each other by whole persons who take each other for a husband and wife. So that's marriage. And last word on the list is default judgment. So a judgment entered against a party who has failed to defend against a claim that has been brought by another party. Under under rules of civil procedure, when a party against whom a judgment for affirmative relief is sought has failed to plead, excuse me, has failed to plead or otherwise defend, he is in default, and the judgment by default may be entered either by the clerk or the court. Excuse me. All right. So the words of this episode are limited, limitations of liability acts, marriage, and default judgment. So if there's words out there that y'all want me to look up, y'all could definitely put it in the chat and I'll look it up for the next episode.
Fire.
Excuse me.
Ernesto is hilarious.
I'm not even listening to Ernesto, son.
He's hilarious.
I hear you, but I don't hear you.
I'm not answering that question, bro.
Matter of fact, the Department of Education failed me, so I can't even read what you wrote. I can't even read it properly. So my bad, Ernesto. I don't even know what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? The Department of Education failed me. You know what I'm saying? I can't read properly.
Stupid. Yo, that was dope. Again, send my bro some look up in the Black's Law dictionary for the next episode. All right, moving on to our next segment, our Keep the Lie Live segment.
Keep the lie live.
Keep the lie live. So my Keep the Lie Live for this episode is, y'all, it's no shame in having more than one hustle. You gotta have multiple hustles out here to really make a footing moving forward. I remember just like growing up, my father just had so many different hustles. He was just always hustling and just moving and grooving. And I'm like, damn, like why doesn't he do one thing? And it just used to be a bad mindset that we as a people would pigeonhole ourselves to one thing by itself. And it's so weird, like when you get like notoriety, it becomes like embarrassing, or and not for you, but for other people to say like, "Damn, they doing that." And I say that because um, he's a well-known actor from the show Ballers. I don't know if you remember the show, but you have to remember the show Ballers, featuring The Rock. But the actor Donovan Carter that played Vernon, Big Vern, he's also on TikTok selling sneakers live on TikTok. He does his live and he sells his sneakers all out. He does all types of kicks. And I thought that was very interesting because it's like, yo, you gotta continue to have multiple hustles to be able to move and groove out here. You know, who knows? He may be able to parlay that with with Jordan or Team Adidas or Team Reebok, Team Nike, whoever, where they may want him to represent their brand moving forward because he's selling sneakers and he's had a notoriety for his acting ability on the show Ballers. So I just thought it was interesting looking at that point. But sometimes people look at it as a disappointment that you have more than one hustle. Anybody that's successful in this country has more than one hustle. You may know them for this, but they have more than one hustle. So it's nothing embarrassing or nothing more gratifying than continues to build yourself by learning different things and to continue to put food on your table, having more than one hustle. What do you think about that? About having multiple hustles?
I think that's a smart move, especially this day and age. If you already have a platform, let's with the example you just gave, Ballers was a great platform for somebody to segue from that show to now move onto your own live where you have a bunch of people on your live. Let's just say you get 10,000 people on your live, right? So out of 10,000 people, you have 1,000 core hardcore fans that's gonna rock with you, bro. If you just get $100 from those 1,000 people, that's $100,000,
right?
Consistently. So
right.
now you have 1,000 loyal followers, and you create different hustles to get 1,000 people to buy from you 3, 4, 5 different times. Why not? Same person that bought the hat from you gonna come by and buy the shirt.
Right.
He gonna come by and buy the socks.
Right.
Damn, I might as well get the shorts. Damn, why didn't you just sell me the whole thing so I had to keep coming back?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So having more than one hustle is great, especially if you have a platform where you have people that can come to you directly. It's just one-on-one economics. Well, you got to be on your hustle, man. You sell birds on the branch, then you gotta sell some then you gonna sell something with molasses in it, right? Then you flip it and then sell tires.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Did you go buy some tires?
Why don't you go over there and wash my dust? I said, wash my dust. Baby, why are we not moving? Because they got me, that's why.
Oh, man.
But now having more than one hustle is great because once you find your lane, you just got to create more than one hustle. So my hustle is photography. So my lane is I'm gonna edit your joint, I'm gonna record your joint, I'm gonna what you call, I'm gonna use an aerial drone for your joint. You know what I'm saying? There's different avenues for this work right here. You know what I'm saying? Different lanes that you want to mess with. You feel me? So that's what having different hustle, even if you just have one hustle, which is great. Right. Find different ways for that hustle.
And be comfortable in it, because a lot of people like to pigeonhole other people into one particular thing. You know, it was so weird. Like, I own a couple of things, and one of my aunts was like, "Why do you own this? Don't you do well from music?" And I'm like, "What do that have to do with anything? It has nothing to do with nothing. Why can't I just be a business owner? Like, the people that own the damn Dallas Mavericks or own the Clippers, they own other things too. So, and they're vastly different things. So why do I have to pigeonhole myself into one thing?"
You got to diversify your portfolio.
They've been saying that for years. So I'm not only an artist, I do other things as well that being an artist helped me obtain. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm very grateful and I'm proud that I have other skills outside of just music. So at the end of the day, we pigeonhole ourselves, and that's why that was so interesting seeing that particular actor, because you see it throughout, not just of the industry, but just in regular life. You see it throughout, but people like to pigeonhole people when they see somebody being successful in that thing. Or you see somebody being a successful actor, so that's all you see them as. You see them being a successful artist, and that's all you see them as. You see them as a successful photographer, but that's all you see them as. Like we have a big perspective on these things, which is the reason why this is the show. Can't see us as one thing, right? So I just find it real interesting that the things that we gain from is by multiple hustles, and we can't allow others to pigeonhole us in one thing, especially when not just having a hustle, you have other skills that you're really top tier, next level at, that nobody else can do. So expound on that hustle and make it work for you. Anything you want to add to that?
Yeah, just definitely just when you do find what you're passionate about, like take that passion and run with it, because it's one thing to do a job to pay your bills, but it's another thing to do something that you really love to do. Because then they always say it's never a job anymore. It's just something you do. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So whatever it is that you love doing, turn that into a business and find ways to get different hustles out of it. If you cook, fuck it, cook for the hood.
Yeah.
Cook for different businesses. It's just so many different ways, and then we have all these different platforms for you to build your way up. Me and my bro, we started, and we at 10K. You know what I'm saying? So if I get 500 loyal followers at 10K to fly me, pay for my train to come holler at y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We're good bread.
Right.
So just stick with it. Ain't nobody gonna stop you from achieving your dreams as long as you are positive, and then you find different ways to make money out of doing the same thing.
Mm-hmm. And you continue to be great at it, and don't let nobody pigeonhole you. You could be great at multiple things. You could be top level, top tier at multiple things. Oh my God, Ernesto, Ernesto, you are hilarious. You are hilarious. But there's nothing wrong with being great at multiple things. There's nothing wrong with being elite at multiple things. Not good, but elite in that field or in any field that you're called to do. So uh, keep that on you. I felt like I had to send that message out because I felt like people needed to hear that moving forward in their week, moving forward. Y'all, I want to thank y'all for tapping in. It's been a great episode. We're on every Sunday, every Thursday at 10:30 p.m. I want to shout out some of the sponsors of the show. Bravo Section, Button Snaps, OUV Records. If you're interested in becoming one of the sponsors of the show, you can hit me on Instagram at Ashley Lovechild, or you can hit my bro on his Instagram at
Bravo Section _.
So if you're interested in becoming one of the sponsors of the show, hit us up on Instagram or just send us just come through, show love. I got videos on videos and videos on videos on Instagram as well. Also tap into the membership portion of our page. Different memberships grant you different access and help the growth of the show when we love. We have over 300 rewatch videos of this podcast on this channel. Over 300, y'all. That's a lot of videos. And share them. Share them with your friends, your family. They great conversational starters. And leave comments. We love the love, we love the feedback, and we love the energy and multitude of things that we talk about on this channel. Also tap into the Overstand podcast every Monday at 9:30. While understand where you can overstand every Monday at 9:30. Also, make sure y'all tell them about the website. Tell them about the website again.
Oh, before I talk about the West Side, shout out to Western Wildcats, the girls basketball team. I was just out there school taking photos. They just advanced to, I think, semi-regionals or something. Bust as they dropped Shorty dropped like 30 on their head. It was great. You know what I'm saying? So I will be having those photos up on the site in the next 24 to 48 hours. So once again, shout out to Western Wildcats for them advancing to the next semi-round in the regionals of women's basketball. And it will be on my site on bigbravosection.com.
That's fire. Shout out to the ladies, man.
You know what I'm saying? Hooping and dealing and, you know what I mean? Just putting in that work.
Continue to do your thing. You know what I forgot to bring up tonight? The WNBA, they have another league where they play 3-on-3 full court basketball. And then now they got it where they got that same league, they run in ones. They run in 1v1s. And they down
full court?
Nah,
or like
they play
I'm about to say, y'all niggas wild.
They wild, right? But they run in the one.
After two back and forth, I'm cooked.
Yo, ain't gonna be no defense. It's like, yo, shoot.
I'm pushing you, son. I'm pushing you out the way, tripping you.
I forget what the leaders call, but I gotta remember. I'm gonna write it down, and we're gonna really talk about it. But they run into 1v1s, and they going at it. And I recognize some of the ladies because I do play the WNBA lead in the 2K, and we'll be giving that work because
See, that's a true fan right there. How many of you ladies playing the WNBA on 2K? You know what I'm saying?
But
we got that serious.
But I gotta be fair. I gotta be fair. My big three is unstoppable. You know what I'm saying? I got a 6'9", 200-pound center, footwork like Akeem the Dream, and she dunks like Shaq. I gotta be honest. I got a point guard that's the floor general like Gary Payton, but she 5'11", but she could dunk. And I got a 6'4", small forward, silky smooth. You heard? Got handles like Kyrie, jump like Vince Carter, and that fadeaway jump shot is like Kobe Bryant. She averaged like 30 points a game. You know what I'm saying? I call her Heaven. You know what I'm saying? Her name is Heaven. I created her. You know what I'm saying? So I can't lie. You know what I'm saying? I be having a good time. But the 1v1s, they running in that lead, and it's like it's popping. I ain't gonna hold you. It's a great watch. It would be better. Don't kill me, ladies. If the rim was lowered and y'all could boomies on top of that, because I want to see the girls dunk. I'm not gonna hold you. If y'all could boomies, it would make it a better lead. But I digress. But I will talk about that. But the ladies, shout out to the ladies that you shout out for doing their thing and continue to kick butt and continue to advance. Uh, New music is coming. New music is coming. New music is coming. So be on the lookout. But in the mean between time, make sure you go to any music platform where you get your music. Type in Ashley Lovechild. You already know, hip hop MC extraordinaire. Got a little R&B on there, you know. So I'm telling you, man, y'all not gonna be disappointed. My favorite album to date is probably Ready to Live. So just make sure y'all go check out the music as well, man. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Continues to help us grow with the show. Y'all been amazing. Again, don't forget to watch them rewatches. Hit that like button, y'all. Hit that like button. For those who didn't hit that like button, hit that like button. Hit that hundreds. Hit them hundreds. It helps with the show and it helps us gain into more of the algorithm as well. Appreciate y'all. Love you again. I'm Ashley Lovechild, my brother Santana. We're going to see y'all next time. And y'all already know it's love. And we'll see y'all this Sunday at 10:30. We out.